It is the night before the first day of school. We have had a long break. It was a pandemic. We were all together. I was with my kids, and it has been great. But tomorrow, my little baby needs to go to school. Oh, I can't sleep. I'm anxious. I'm having a knot in my stomach. What will the teacher be like? Will she adore my baby the same way I do? Will she be fair with him? I know all same kids will be in the class. But will she be able to look after my child? I'm anxious. I'm worried. But deep down, I know it'll be okay. It'll be fine. It is going back to routine, not being together all day, every day. Yet, there is still the separation anxiety. A funny thing, I know. Not rational, but very much there. Heartiest greetings to one and all present here. Today, I, Parikalya, workshop and webinar coordinator, Almestro Teaching Solutions, wholeheartedly welcome you all for our webinar on Back to School Amidst New Normal by a panel of eminent psychologists for the parents of preschool and primary school students. Before beginning with today's session, we would like to introduce ourselves as an educational service provider that is managed by a panel of experienced and eminent educationalists with cumulative experience of more than 10 decades. We cater to the individual needs of schools, teachers, students, and parents by providing the best of job opportunities for them. We also conduct webinars and workshops for the students, teachers, and parents to enhance their learning experiences. We request you to stay connected with us till the end of session, as a feedback form will be generated. You are requested to fill out that form to mark your attendance. Certificate of participation will be issued based on that. So stay with us for an insightful session. Now, I would like to welcome our resource person for the day, Ms. Sarmeet Kaur, Ms. Shilpa Gupta, and Ms. Riddhi Arora. Ms. Shilpa Gupta, our key speaker, is an NCERT certified counselor with a master's degree in education from Delhi University. She has worked for over 8 years with children in multicultural settings across the USA and India. She believes that each child is unique and full of potential. Through empathy, unconditional love, and correct guidance, we can help them discover their own special selves. Then we have Ms. Sarmeet Kaur, who is a relationship coach and psychologist practicing in Gurgaon. With a master's degree in clinical psychology, she has nearly 20 years of experience in family and child-centric counseling. Ma'am has specialization in parenting counseling, marital counseling, career counseling, and behavioral counseling for corporate executives, families, and children. We also have Ms. Riddhi Arora with us. Ma'am is an NCERT certified counseling psychologist and UNESCO CID certified expressive arts therapist. She has worked on different behavioral and academic concerns of a child as a school counselor for 3.5 years. Her goal is to help individuals reach their highest potential by providing them with a stimulating and supportive environment. Ma'am, it's a matter of great pleasure and honor to have you all among us. I, on behalf of Almestro Teaching Solutions, wholeheartedly welcome you all. It's a matter of immense delight and pleasure to have you all among us. Ma'am, now I request Ms. Shilpa Gupta to take over the session. We request you to stay connected with us till the end of session, as a feedback form will be shared with you all at the end. You are requested to fill out that form to mark your attendance. Certificate of participation will be issued based on that. So stay with us for an insightful session. Ma'am, you may take over now.
Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. Hello, parents. I welcome you all to the workshop. This is Back to School Amidst the New Normal. I'll quickly share my screen now. Is that visible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
नेहा, अभी जब मैं लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग देख रही हूँ ना, एक बार देखो लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग में देखो, परी ही दिख रही है। अच्छा, आप स्क्रीन दिखने लग गई है हमें। तो इसमें जो हमारा स्पीकर है ना, साइड पे देखो स्पीकर में परी दिख रही है।
I request all of you to please mute yourself.
नहीं, परी म्यूट पे है, पर बोलना तो शिल्पा मैम दिखनी चाहिए ना साइड पे।
Poonam ma'am, can we all please mute?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we all please mute?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so again, once again, welcome all of you parents back to school amidst the new normal. So I'll quickly brief up that what I'll be discussing throughout the session. So first of all, I'll be taking up that how the transition from online to offline mode, how it is going to be, and how we can make it a little easier for us and for our kids. What is separation anxiety and how to deal with it? And there are many other challenges that we are going to face in the upcoming session. So what are those challenges and what we all can do to ease them up? So let's begin. I request you all to please keep your cameras on so that it looks like a little interactive session. So let's begin. So parents, before we start and we understand that, how is the transition going to be, that we all know that we were very comfortable, we were accustomed to the online mode now. Your children were, attending the school online till now, right? So initially, after the initial few hiccups, thoda starting में difficulty, I'm sure challenging रहा होगा छोटे बच्चों के लिए बैठना. But then I'm sure धीरे gradually you were all accustomed. The children were also very comfortable with this mode. So now, are you all ready to send your children to the new session? It's going to be a completely formal offline mode now. So first of all, tell me, how is the Josh? Is it high? Is it low? How is it? So
to be honest, we are nervous.
Okay, you all are nervous. Very natural, obviously. So you can please keep on typing your responses on the chat box. Please keep doing that. And with time, I'll be asking you to raise your hand. So please feel free to do that too. So I'll just to begin with, I'll just speak out few feeling words. And if you really connect with that feeling, you can just raise your hand. So are you all excited? Please raise your hand. Okay. I'm sure all of you are. Who is nervous? Who feels nervous? Okay. Anxious, again. Overwhelmed. Too much to do, too much to think about, so many preparations to do. Yes, again. Jittery, थोड़ी जैसे stomach में butterflies वाली feeling होती है, right? Happy, who all are happy? Finally, your kids are going to school. You have been waiting for this day for so long, no? And is anyone sad here? I'm sure no one. Okay. So I can see it's a mixed bag of feelings, very natural, very obvious, totally understandable, and that's okay. You're good to go. So now, first of all, to understand that what are the challenges, what are the problems that we are facing, first of all, it's very important for us to understand that what is transition. हम कहाँ थे और अब हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Where are we heading towards, right? So I'll quickly show you some pictures, see if you relate with them. And these are going to be the pictures of the online mode because abhi we have just been through it. 2 साल से हम online mode में थे. So let's just have a look at these pictures आराम से. And then we'll discuss more in depth that what is the transition all about and how we have to prepare for it. So just see the pictures, and again, please feel free to raise your hand if you really relate to them, if you think that you have been doing it. So this picture, this is the ideal scenario. Jab your toddlers or your preschoolers were attending the schools online. So this is all was expected from everyone, all the kids, sitting nicely in front of the laptop or their tablet and just attending the classes, listening carefully and peacefully to the teacher and following the instructions. So this is a very, kind of an ideal scenario. So I'm sure सबके साथ ये नहीं हुआ होगा. I'm sure it is not possible for such small kids to sit like this throughout and, attend the classes so well. So next, I'm sure this was the one that most of the houses में यही हो रहा होगा जहाँ one parent had to sit with a child and उनको concentrate करवाना, उनको बिठाना और teacher की बात सुनना. Half of the classes I'm sure parents ने attend की हैं. So I'm sure this is the ideal scenario. How many of you this relate to that? Not the ideal, in fact, the real scenario. Please raise your hand. Exactly. Okay, Pavika. Excuse me. Now, again, this is the next step where your child is just ready to run away and you had to hold her back or him back and just make her sit through the classes. Yeah. How about this? How many of you relate to this? Mom, I'm just not interested. Please don't even ask me. Any one of you? I know Sarmeet ma'am is here. Her son has been doing this quite often, right, Sarmeet ma'am?
Yeah, many of our kids are doing it like this, so
Exactly. Okay, and what about this? So the child is like, okay, you cannot turn the Wi-Fi off now, just like you do it when I watch YouTube videos. So this is the look on the child's face. I'm sure many of you have handled this throughout. Now, all these pictures look very hilarious now because when we are out of it, the online classes are over. I'm sure उस वक्त जब आपने ये handle किया है, तो it must be very challenging for all of you, right? So anyway, so now let's understand that what is the difference between the online versus offline mode. We all know that online mode was initially difficult, but now you were there with your child, you were there sitting with the child, helping him throughout. There were enough breaks in between, and the classes were also for shorter duration. So if the child was not ready to eat, you could just turn off the camera and give him food later on. So it was quite flexible and quite easier, basically, right? Now, what is the difference that you think is going to be in the offline classes? Please feel free to share your opinion here. What do you think? Just any of you can just tell me that what do you think is going to be different now in the offline mode when your child will really go independently to the school, to the formal school for the first time?
We request Dr. Anita Azad to share her opinion. What does she feel? Neerav sir also wants to say something.
Please go ahead.
You can unmute yourself to share your opinion. Chirayu Kohli. They say totally dependent. Very true. Very true. You can share your opinion in the chat box as well. You feel totally dependent on what? Parents, we request you to participate enthusiastically. No, it should be an interactive session.
Yes, I want you to please participate because I want you to know your concerns and what you actually think of the situation. That way, the platform will be interactive and I will be understand your opinion and your concerns better. So please feel free to participate and please talk about it.
Okay. Advik and Divani, they said they will learn to work themselves and hope it will increase their confidence. Undoubtedly, because their confidence will be increased. Sanvi, more difficult for kids. Agamjot Singh ji कहते हैं कि they cannot concentrate and sit for long time.
Right. So
very true, we agree.
Right. So basically here in the formal school, the kids will be all by themselves and you will not be there to be with them or help them out in any way. That is one concern. So you think that your child doesn't sit for very long and they don't concentrate that well. Okay.
Chirayu Kohli says he feels low confidence.
Okay.
Of course, because of less social interaction probably.
Absolutely. We'll handle all these concerns for sure. And okay, so I'll move on. Thank you everyone for sharing your opinions. So now, like you all can see that we know that in online, I mentioned like parents are around the children to help out. Now, here I want you all to please understand that yes, all these aspects will be absent in the offline mode. Like if I say that parents are around the children to help out during the online classes, yes, parents will not be there. I totally agree. They will have to be independent. But now, for a moment, please think it in a little different manner. थोड़ा सा different way में सोच के देखते हैं, in a little more positive way. Instead of thinking what things will be absent, let's think what all things will be present. That will help you cope up better and be more positive, or even your kid will be more positive because आप यही सब उसको convey भी कर सकते हैं. So if you say that parents are around the children to help out, so instead of saying that offline mode में parents नहीं हैं, why don't you say that teachers and nannies are there to help them out? Think about that. Teachers and nannies, they are there. Please trust the system. They all are very well trained, and especially post-COVID, everybody, the system knows. Staff is very well trained now that the children are coming to the school for after. कुछ बच्चे तो फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहे हैं और कुछ बच्चे शायद सिर्फ नर्सरी में गए थे, so they are coming after a gap of 2 years. So there will be challenges and they are trained like that. So please trust the system. And teachers होते ही इसलिए हैं, छोटे बच्चों की टीचर्स को मदर टीचर भी कहा जाता है, because they really provide that space, that warmth to the children. So please take it positively. Next, children are in the comfort of their home. True. अभी तक बच्चे बहुत warm environment में अपने space में, अपने ही space में रहे हैं. But now here, think about when they will go to the school, there will be hundreds of other children, right? Who are coming with the same experience, with the same feeling to the school. So they will see all the children around themselves जो same हैं, उन्हीं के जैसे हैं. So they will be able to relate to each other very well. वहां पर उनको ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि सिर्फ मैं ही उठकर आया हूँ, जो मैं ही first time आ रहा हूँ. So I am in a trouble. So think about that peer group around them with whom they can relate. There is flexible schedule like getting up, sitting up, having meals, etc. at home in the online classes. True. But what about that there will be a consistent, everyday, same and predictable routine for the children? Trust me, children thrive on this when they know what's coming next. उनका एक set routine, एक timetable होता है. They get up at the same time, they go to school, they have the same routine, they have the peer group around in the school. That is something they really look forward to, and that is what they want also. So it's going to be consistent and a predictable routine when they will start going to school. Now, no formal setup of the classroom in the online school, in the online mode, yes. You were there, they were at their home only, right? Very comfortable. But when they will go to school, yes, there will be a formal setup. There will be chairs, there will be tables, there will be a teacher, strict timetable will be followed. Agree. But there will be a lot of other play and interesting activities jahan par children will be really involved and they will enjoy. So please take it very positively, and that is why we want our children to go to school. We want our children to be independent. Yes, there will be some initial they will have some time, to adjust. They will take some time, but after that, things will fall through. Now, one more very important thing I want to mention here, parents, that yes, we wanted our kids to go to preschool or maybe nursery KG, those who are going to class 1 now. We wanted that वो पहले एक flavor ले लेते preschool का, so that they could know how to sit down, how to eat, and how to listen to the teacher. Yes, we really wanted that. But now, in this situation, that is not possible, right? Why don't we think that this is going to be normal for our kids? This is the first time that the kids will be going to school. So, वो नहीं हो पाया. But for बच्चों को नहीं पता है ऐसा कुछ. There is always a first time. तो उनका ये first time है. First time is always hard. अगर वो preschool जाते तब भी उनको कुछ ना कुछ difficulties आती ही आती. Change is always uncomfortable, right? So accept this fact. You think that वो ज़्यादा better होता because you are able to differentiate. आप compare कर पा रहे हो दोनों situations को. Kids cannot compare. उनके लिए यही normal है. उनके लिए ऑनलाइन क्लासेस नॉर्मल थी, हमारे लिए नॉर्मल नहीं थी. उनके लिए वो नॉर्मल थी. because first time उन्होंने वही attend करी थी and they got used to it. Now this will be the first time they will go. That's okay. Let's move forward from this and let's move very positively in this direction. Okay, so moving on, let's first of all understand that what is separation anxiety. We are talking about separation. Yes, we will be sending our kids to school for the very first time away from us. अभी तक COVID situation में हर वक्त पूरा time हम अपने बच्चों के साथ थे. So it will be hard not only for kids, it will be hard for us also. So let's quickly understand that what is separation anxiety और ये होती क्यों है. So a child's apprehension or fear associated with his or her separation from a parent or other significant person. This is the formal definition that I've just spoken out. So basically, obviously, the child is, this is a new milestone for a child, right? एक बहुत बड़ा change है उसकी life में जब वो first time school जाने वाला है, right? So obviously, जब भी कोई change होता है, change is hard initially, right? So child is so used to you all the time being with you. So definitely initially थोड़ा सा unpredictability है, so थोड़े meltdowns भी होंगे, crying भी होगी. I request you all to please not type anything on the screen. So okay, so that is why it's going to happen. Now just think about it. Although बच्चे बहुत independent रहना चाहते हैं, they don't want you to interfere if they are playing. वो आपको कहेंगे मम्मा आप जाओ, right? They want to be on their own. But it is the other way around. If they are separated from you, they are not ready to fully separate from you. They want you, they crave for you, right? So if that happens, when they see that वो आपसे दूर जा रहे हैं, तो they will want you all the more. Okay, so basically children love autonomy, but they are not ready to fully separate from their parents. In fact, psychologists call it a protective mechanism. Children know that who is safe, who is not safe for them, who is protective to them, कौन उनको सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करता है. दैट इज व्हाई दे लैच टू यू. अगर आप उनको छोड़ के जाओगे तो दे विल जस्ट क्लिंग ऑन यू. दे डोंट वांट यू टू गो बिकॉज दे वांट दैट सिक्योरिटी फ्रॉम यू ऑल द टाइम. So consider it as very normal. Separation anxiety is very, very normal. It is natural because this is a change that is coming up in their lives. And why does that happen? The main reason for separation anxiety in kids is the transition. Transition matlab from known to unknown. अभी तक वो घर में थे, safe environment में थे. Now just think about it. When the child is standing at the school gate, उसको नहीं पता है कि when once he steps inside and you are not there, what will he do? What will be there? What's coming up next? When he'll go to the classroom, he will be surrounded by all new faces. So obviously he will look for you. He would want you. उस वक्त उस tense moment में he wants your security. So that is very natural because they are moving from known to unknown. Just think about, do you remember your own time? I remember very well when I went to school for the first time and I just did not want to go. I used to cry very loudly and I used to just cling to my mom and मुझे भी खींच के वो van में रखा जाता था. I still remember, and that went for initial few days. I'm sure आपको भी याद होगा. Be it your school or your college में हम इतना show नहीं करते हैं. College या फिर in fact your new job, तब भी आपको feeling आई होगी कि what's coming up next. Anxiety definitely तब भी हुई होगी. So that is very natural. बच्चे अभी छोटे हैं, they can't express themselves in words, so that is why they cry. So basically what I want to say is that each child is unique. सबका अपना अपना तरीका है express करने का. They can't speak in words. They might cry. कुछ बच्चे रोते हैं, बहुत जोर से रोते हैं. They will cling to you. They will lie on the floor. वो आपको पकड़ लेंगे. कुछ बच्चे they are scared. They feel sad, but they will not express. वो चुपचाप साइड में बैठेंगे, वो बोलेंगे नहीं. So every child is unique and they have their own way of expression. So please, parents, remember everything, all expressions are okay. And please accept them the way they are coming from your child. It's okay to feel anxious. Tell them it is okay. And you understand that they are sad, their anxiety, you understand. Please convey this to them. Anxiety may happen initially or a little later, usually fades away with time. Yes, initially हो सकता है बच्चा बहुत excited हो और वो आपको first day, second day bye bye करके चला जाए. But then हो सकता है उसको लगे कि no, I miss my mom. तो वो second, third day उनकी anxiety आए और वो हो सकता है fourth day पर they cry. They say I don't want to go. So हर child के साथ, हर बच्चे के साथ it might come in a different way. But please just remember that it will go away. It might take a week, 2 weeks, maybe maximum a month. It's hard to tell you कि exactly कितना time लगता है, but usually in a month बच्चों की separation anxiety goes away. Now, separation anxiety, we'll be talking about both in children as well as in parents. So first, I would want to talk about separation anxiety in children. The reasons we have already seen just now, why children get anxious, why they feel so anxious, they don't want to separate from you. But here, I want you to go a step deeper, a step further to actually feel their feeling, how your child is feeling. And that is how you will be able to empathize more and understand their own position better. So for a moment, I request all of you to please, just for a second, no, just for a minute, close your eyes and just imagine that your child, just think about your child and picture him or her standing at the school gate on his or her first day of school. So just think about what will happen. Just you have to imagine. You know your child the best. So you would know that how his reactions or his behavior will be on the first day. So what do you think that at this moment, when he's entering the school on the first day, what are his thoughts at this moment? What is he thinking? Just think about it. You know your child the best. What do you think he's feeling? How is he feeling? He's sad, scared, very nervous. What is his feelings are? How is he going to behave? Will he cry? Will he cling to you? Or will he just nicely smile and say bye to you? Just imagine. And the next step, I really want you to imagine what your reaction will be. आप कैसे react करोगे इस situation में? Think about it, please. Anyone who wants to share anything here? Okay, so you can see some messages here, a little bit sad. You think your child will stare at everybody around. Okay, so you will motivate your child, absolutely. Oh, Pavika thinks that the child will be happy when she's going to school, but when she's back, she's a bit sad. Okay, so that's a very good thing, no? If she's going to school and she's happy, and when she's coming back, so there's no separation anxiety to deal with. That's the best case, no? Okay, so basically, why I wanted to do this, because I wanted you to actually connect with your child and be ready, first of all, and understand his or her position. So basically, empathize with your child better, so that you are already prepared, first of all. And when that moment comes, take it as an opportunity to connect with your child. Your child at this moment doesn't want to listen that, why are you crying? This is not the time to cry. Go to the school. See, everybody is waiting. You have to get inside quickly. Or see, बाकी बच्चे तो नहीं रो रहे हैं, आप क्यों रो रहे हो? There's no reason to cry. आप घर में तो बहुत happy थे, आप अभी क्यों परेशान हो गए, अभी क्यों sad हो गए? Your child doesn't want these responses from you. He wants to hold you. He wants you to understand her. If you reject her feelings, she might think that मैं ही कुछ गलत सोच रही हूँ या मेरी ही feelings wrong है. We don't want them to be, doubt themselves. Not at all. So please take this as an opportunity to connect with your child emotionally. And this will go a very long way. Trust me. जब भी ऐसे moments होते हैं when your child needs you the most, please be very, very kind to them and be with them. They want your support. They want you to really understand them. So please, parents, remember this thing. So here, to connect emotionally, how to deal with separation anxiety. So acknowledge and accept their feelings. It's okay to feel sad, nervous, anxious. It's okay to cry and vent out your feelings. So now, parents, I want you to start talking to your children now. Your preparation starts now. Talk to your child that they will be going to school. They might share their feelings that I feel sad, I don't want to go. Tell them it is okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel nervous and anxious. But please don't try to speed up their feelings, कि नहीं नहीं सब छोड़ो and be happy. Please don't say that. Let them vent out and please listen to them patiently. Talk to them and validate their feelings. Tell them you understand them and it's okay to feel the way they are feeling. Help them label their emotions. Ask them how they feel and help them give the correct name to their feelings. They don't understand actually. उनको word अपनी feelings को name भी नहीं देना आता है. Please do that for them. Help them. Help them express their feelings. Let them cry. Sit quietly if they wish to. Hold them. Rub their back or just be there. Now, let's quickly talk about parent anxieties in the current scenario also. So I know that sometimes what happens when children start going to school, they are okay, really, they are fine. I remember when my daughter went to school, she was absolutely fine. She said goodbye to me and she was off and she was very happy. But I remember I came back and I cried the whole day. I was very sad. So parents are definitely, it's very natural for you also to feel sad. It's been 2 years और कुछ parents के साथ जब से बच्चे, they are born, they are with you, right? So just a second. So parents, your anxieties are totally understandable. आप लोग के लिए भी बहुत difficult है, but trust me, once it starts, it will become a new normal. It will take few days initially, but I'm sure and I promise you, you will be very happy that, okay, now they are going to school, they will be much more independent and that will happen very quickly, trust me. So, so these are the few anxieties that you had shared earlier also. And I'll just quickly read them out. So you think that your child is accustomed to online teaching. How would my child sit in the classroom for so long? My child has a very short attention span. Listening to the teacher is going to be challenging. So these are some of the reasons that I'm sure you must be facing, that because you are also anxious. I feed my child at home. I'm worried about his eating habits. He's not toilet trained. So absence of the parent, will he, she be comfortable or not? How will you juggle work and morning preparations? That is going to be a very challenging task. How is my child going to deal with the additional academic pressure? Parents, please, I request you to not write anything on the screen. It will be very difficult for me to take on the session and read from the slides. Please, I request you. Okay, so how to deal with your own anxieties? So parents, this is extremely important. Before you take care of your children's anxiety, please, you have to do some self-care. That is the most important thing, because if you are anxious, you are nervous, you will get agitated, you will rush through things, and if you are scared, children are very, they see that very quickly and they understand that. So you have to make sure that you are calm and you are very well prepared, because anxiety is contagious. Children will see that. And so please, you first take care of your own emotions and be ready, plan well. So how to deal with your own anxieties? Let go of what you cannot control. Some things are beyond our control, right? So school ke gate tak bacche ko le jana, you can do, that is your own responsibility. But beyond that, when the child is inside the school, you are off and you have no control over that. So please don't think that what is going to happen inside. Teachers will keep an open communication to you. They will talk to you, they will send notes to you, and they are there to help your child. So please trust it, trust the system. Things will easily fall in place. Write down your own thoughts. If you think that there are some problems, there are some things that you really are worried about, write them down and see how you can solve the problems. Talk to someone about it. If you're feeling anxious, you're sad that your child will be going to school, you're nervous about that, something that you just cannot control, but you're anxious. Aap bas pareshan ho. So talk to someone that will really help you vent out your feelings. List 3 things you're grateful for. Now, this grateful exercise is extremely important and very, very helpful. When you think that things are overwhelming, so just think about the time jab bacche school nahi ja rahe the. Even that was very challenging, right? Now the children will be going to school. That is the first thing that we should be grateful for, right? So there are many other things in life that you are thankful for. Just try and remember that, and I'm sure that will help you. Listen to some music, go for a walk, and take some deep breaths. I'm sure these techniques will help you and help you sail through. Okay, so moving on. Now, these are some do's and don'ts that I'm going to read them out, and I'm sure these are going to be, that will help you survive through. So these are the points. Prepare now. These are the things that I recommend you to start immediately, because now there's hardly a week left for you to send your children, week or maybe maximum 10 days. So your preparation starts right now. So before you begin, please accept the fact that a change brings anxiety in children. It's inevitable. So when you accept it, you will not fret, you will not be scared, and you will be more accepting to the situation. So prepare now. First of all, the key is communication. Please talk to your child about the school. Here, I don't want you to please tell your children that school is so much fun and you will not miss me and it's going to be amazing. You will find your friends there. Nothing. Please don't overhype. जो facts हैं आपको बच्चे को सिर्फ वही बताने हैं. Otherwise, अगर बच्चे ने अपने दिमाग में कुछ notions बना लिए, कुछ ऐसी expectations बना ली और वहां जाके उसे लगा कि ऐसा तो कुछ है ही नहीं. So obviously the child will not trust you first, and second, वो next day जाएगा ही नहीं. ऐसा तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है वहां पे. I didn't have fun. So just tell the child the facts. Okay, school में you are going to the school, how it's going to be, वहाँ होता क्या है, there will be a lot of activities. It's a classroom, there will be many other children like you and you will be friends with them gradually. There is a playground, there will be a break, just basic. Talk a lot about it, but talk only about facts. Next is time management. This is again super duper important. And please start now. Don't wait for that D-Day that जब school जाना है कि सब कुछ तभी करेंगे. I really recommend that you start now. Start with a structured and a consistent routine. Please write it down somewhere. Make a proper timetable. And think about your own family and how, कैसा आपका time structure रहता है घर में and उस वक्त कैसा होगा. So plan your meal times, plan your bedtime accordingly. So when we say that the child needs enough sleep, make sure your child sleeps very well before the school starts, especially on the first day. So he should have a good at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep. And let me tell you, when the child goes to school, at least he needs around 1.5 hours to get ready. So the child will get up, he will use a washroom, he will take a bath, he will, brushing will also take some time. उठने में ही बच्चे देर लगा देते हैं. So you will also, please don't send them empty stomach, give them something to eat at least 45 minutes before they go. And ऐसा नहीं कि just निकल रहे हैं and you're just giving them a glass of milk, वहां जाके they are crying and they might just throw up also. So keep all these things in mind and plan very well. Please take extra time with you in hand. Don't rush up things. If you will rush, the child will also understand और वो भी nervous हो जाएगा, आप भी nervous हो जाओगे. So take it very easy, take it very slow. Start with that routine. At least थोड़ा थोड़ा time change करके, not I won't say कि चलो पूरा exactly same time आप अभी से follow करो, but at least just begin with it. Okay, make little changes every day. Visit the school and meet the teacher before the final date. Please, if the orientation is taking place online, then please take an appointment and take your child to the school. At least he should be familiar to the physical space of the school, the building, the classroom. See if he can meet the teacher also and the nanny also. That will really be helpful for the child. उसको ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि वो first time एकदम अनजान एक न्यू जगह पर आ गया. Try and connect with other children and their parents and see if they can go together for the initial few days. So that will be again very helpful. अगर आप कुछ और parents से connect कर सकते हैं, so let the children also talk, let them be little pally, and if they can go together to school, they can really hold hands and they will be very, it's very comforting for the child कि okay, their friend is also going along. So that you can see and you can do. Start taking a break from being around the kids all day long. अगर आप अपने बच्चों के साथ पूरा दिन continuously 24/7 हैं, कभी कभी सिर्फ मम्मा होती हैं ऐसे, या पापा होते हैं, या दादी होती हैं, नानू होते हैं, दादू होते हैं, जो भी होते हैं, start taking some short breaks, leave them for some time so that the child also starts accepting the fact that okay, I'm okay if my parent is not around. Read them stories about first day at school. So there are a lot of series, Pepper series and Bubble series, jahan par the child is going to the school for the first time. So please read these stories, ya fir let them watch some YouTube videos, some stories. So that is how they will also relate to that and they will mentally wo khud prepare kar lenge khud ko. Use pretend play and games. This is also again very, very helpful. See if, agar sibling hai ya mama hai, or if you're playing with a child, so one is the child and the other is the teacher. So one is the teacher, or you are in the classroom sitting down and you can just pretend ki, okay, you are in the school and you're giving the work. Excuse me. So that will also prepare the child well. Now, also, like I said before, please trust the system. Teachers, the staff, they are all very well prepared. They know how to handle the kids. They know that some children will not eat, some children are not properly toilet trained. So they will take care of it very well. So please trust the system. And the next but not the least and very important, please, physical comfort will be very, very helpful. With communication, good communication, physical touch, hold them, hug them, kiss them, rub them, just be with them. That will be very, very helpful for the child. Now, some of the pointers when school starts. So start early to avoid rush. Let it look like a normal day. Remain calm and positive. Keep your goodbyes brief. Now, this is very, very important. So what happens is sometimes what parents do, they will keep saying goodbye, but they will not go. And the child will also think कि पापा मम्मा यहीं रहेंगे, वो नहीं जाएंगे. So that ways, जब वो चले जाते हैं actually, so child cries even all the more, and that becomes difficult for the teacher also. So just keep a goodbye ritual, जैसे you're hugging or just saying a mantra, anything. And like a big hug, or you're hugging and counting till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're off. And then you're just off. Don't come back to check again. The child will not trust कि आप गए हो या नहीं गए हो, और he will keep looking back again and again. So उसको लगेगा कि अभी फिर से आ जाएंगे वापस. So please don't do that. Just keep your goodbyes very brief. Let your child carry a comforting object if school permits. कभी कभी school says no. Like कभी कुछ बच्चे को they like their stuffed toy or their car, right? So see if the child can carry, and if the school says no, then don't send. Remind your child that you came back. So when at the end of this day, when you go to pick up your child, tell them that, see, I came back to pick you up. When you talk about just this, how was the school, how was your day, kya kya kiya, kaun si activities ki. So tell them that, see, I came back na, so school jana hai, and you go inside and you have fun, and then I will come and pick you up, and this will be the routine every day. Consider giving a reward like a sticker or an eraser. Make a weekend routine that your child looks forward to, like dinner outside on Sundays or Fridays, ice cream, or just cooking together. Something that's very interesting for the child and he looks forward to at the end of the week. Now, lastly, some don'ts. Do not brush off your child's anxiety. Like I told you before, the child will not be able to trust his own feelings. So please don't brush off कि नहीं नहीं ऐसा परेशान नहीं होना होता, कुछ नहीं होता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है, आप ऐसे गलत सोच रहे हो. Please don't tell them this. Talk. जितनी भी आपके बच्चों को आपसे बात करनी है, उतनी बार आप बात करिए और उतनी देर के लिए बात करिए. Don't sneak away. Don't say that, okay, I'm here, and the child is distracted for a while and you're out. Don't do that, please. Tell them you're going and then leave. उनको ऐसे धोखे में नहीं रखना कि okay, I'm here, and then you just go away. They will not be able to trust you then. Do not make false promises. Never make comparisons with other kids. Comparisons are never helpful. They don't help your child anyways, actually. They don't give them any skill or any problem solving techniques. Comparisons only make them feel down. So please don't compare them with other kids. Do not give surprise visits. It becomes difficult for the teacher to manage if you give surprise visits. Do not bring about any other new changes in their lives. So if you think, for example, that your child is not toilet trained, for example, don't start it now. और आप चाहते हो कि आपका बच्चा एक पर्टिकुलर चीज अभी खाए, रोज आप वही देने वाले हो. Don't bring any new change. This is already a very big move your child is making going to the school. Don't start anything new now. Please wait for some more time. And that's all. So say cheers to your child's new beginning. So this is our group, reflect.redirect. You can connect with us for any of your concerns. I've given this all the 3 phone numbers here, and I think we can now take up the question answers. Over to you, Poonam ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Shilpa ma'am. It's really a wonderful session where each one of us could connect. One of the parent I could see in the chat box, their concern was to that they need to help their daughter get ready in the school at 6 a.m. and get ready for the meal. So that is also, a kind of routine that we were following all these days in the lockdown and all. So parents are anxious about it.
Mm-hmm. So definitely your anxiety is very natural, very normal. Like I said before, that a new change is always difficult, but gradually when we plan well, when we already know that this change is coming up and we plan beforehand, it becomes easier for us. So what you can do is, if you still have 1 week for the school to start with small little changes, thoda thoda, so that by that day you are much better prepared. So that's what I will recommend. Start with.
I agree. Ansh Sehrawat is saying that to make the situation light, there will be a day when we will say why school are having holidays. Call them every day. So definitely that anxiety will be over soon. Very true.
Absolutely.
Yes, basically it's a working mother. Priyanka ma'am, I agree that it's working mother parents scenario where parents are more anxious how their children will survive without them in after so many days of being together.
Yes, absolutely.
Parents, you can share your concerns in the chat box. Ma'am will address your concerns. What if school shut again?
Well,
That is another fear that parent is having.
yes, absolutely. Well, actually now we are in a much better position. COVID has kind of taken a back seat for some time, and we hope that things will remain better, will remain good, and the school will continue. But if something unpredictable again comes up, then I think the school authorities will decide, and we will then have to take a back seat, and I hope that doesn't happen. But if that happens, then I think the online mode will start off again, probably.
How parents will cope up with that situation, especially our mothers.
So I think, again, as it's been 2 years and the situation has been very unpredictable, and we have been, kind of accommodating with all kinds of situations. So this is something is not, we cannot control it, and we'll have to go with the flow. And with the working mother, especially, it is definitely a big problem. But like just the fourth wave that has passed, the day boarding, the daycares did not close. So maybe you can think about that. If the schools shut down, then it's a different scenario. But this in the fourth wave, the schools were working online, but the daycares were open. So maybe you can consider that option as well.
Another concern that parent is sharing is how to train them about COVID appropriate behavior. Again, another parent is actually saying that we taught our kids that please share things with your friends, as sharing is caring. And now in COVID protocols, we cannot, share the things. First thing we say, do not share your water bottle, do not share your stationery, and do not share your stuff. So how to, manage with these two things?
See, actually, sharing and caring is a value that we impart to our kids, and we will always do. But currently, the school, when the children will go to school, the teachers will only tell them not to, share their things. So children are smart enough, and they understand that what their teachers want, and they will definitely follow the class rules. First of all, that is going to happen. And secondly, what was the first one? How to train them for appropriate COVID behavior. Yes. So by now, I think the kids are already, it's been 2 years, the kids have been following all the protocols. And currently, the things are touchwood, they are going off good. And the teachers will definitely take care of it. But as far as I know, the schools are not very strict about the guidelines anymore. Like, I also talked to a lot of teachers. So they are not going to force your child to wear the mask throughout. It's not possible for a child, and it's not safe for your child to wear the mask for 7-8 hours, or maybe for 5 hours at a stretch. So teachers are going to, be little flexible about that. And regarding sanitizing hands and all, you can just definitely counsel your children and let them, do that more often. Agar ghar mein ye practices thodi chhoot gayi hain abhi, so you can again start off, so that the child knows and the child is comfortable practicing all these behaviors when they start going to school.
Right. Any other question, parents? Any other question? Any other query? Okay.
Ayantika, I can see her hand raised.
Okay, you can unmute yourself, Ayantika, if you want to say something.
Ma'am. Actually, I have one query here. Are we maintaining social distancing in school as well? Because sometime I have seen that the words are mingle with each other, and the pandemic has not gone yet. So are we maintaining social distancing?
See, it depends on the school. It varies with the school. In some schools, the the number of children in one class is quite high, and in some schools it's quite less. So, and also it depends on the school, what protocols each school is following. So I think you can connect with your child's school and just ask them this question. They will guide you better. But regarding social distancing, I think when all the children will be going to school, like my daughter is going to school and the strength of her class is 40. So I don't expect social distancing to be followed there, honestly. So, but yes, you can definitely talk to your child's teacher, or you can just call them up and ask them that what protocols they will be following.
Okay, that's very true. I agree with you, Shilpa ma'am, in this. Any other query? Anyone else who want to ask something? You can raise your hand. We will unmute you. Okay.
Radhe Sham, I think he also wants to share something.
Sir, you can unmute yourself. So you can, Radheshyam sir, you can unmute yourself if you want to ask something.
I can see the message in the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Radheshyam.
Yeah, he had dropped a message in the chat box. I'm trying to unmute him. So you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, you can actually share in the chat box only if you are not able to unmute yourself.
Parents, I hope I have cleared some of your doubts in the presentation. Please feel free to ask more questions.
Okay, so we will talk.
Student, madam. I am also a student. I want to got admission in MTech also.
Okay.
So,
daily, I have to wake up my daughter to go to school to teach in Delhi.
that is
Sunday International School, Renu Taneja. Renu Taneja is also my daughter, HOD in Sunday International School. Daily, I have to woke up in morning, early in the morning at 6. Yeah.
Actually, sir, this is the workshop for toddlers and preschoolers, those parents whose children are around 5-6 years of age. So
my granddaughter is also studying in Addie Crest School, international school. She also likes offline study also. To avoid grandparents to look after the younger daughter.
Right, we agree. We agree, sir. Each one of us is actually going through all these, trials and tribulations while waking up early in the morning and going for the school and our regular routine after such a long time of lockdown. Your concern is genuine. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you, Shilpa ma'am. Thank you, Saneet ma'am. Thank you, Riddhi ma'am, for taking out time from your busy schedule and giving us time here. Anyone who want to say something can share their concern there in the chat box. I'm sharing the Google form link there in the chat box. You just fill the form to give your feedback, and your attendance will be marked according to that. Right? Anyone who want to ask something can ask. Okay, it was really a wonderful, insightful session, Shilpa ma'am. I feel our fear for going out in this pandemic, especially sending our kids out, we will be able to overcome that anxiety somewhere. Anvi ma'am is also saying thank you for such a beautiful session. Thank you, Anvi ma'am. Your feedback is really very valuable for us. Kavita
Thank
ma'am
you
is
so
also
much.
saying
Thank you,
thank you.
parents. All the very best. I'm sure you'll all sail through, and after a few days, this will become your new normal. All the best to your children, and please enjoy the new session.
Thank you very much, Kavita ma'am. Manana Agarwal saying thank you for the session, Kavita ma'am. Thank you for being such a wonderful participant here to be connected with us. Please do fill your feedback form. It's really precious for us. Any other session that you want from our side, do let us know. Thank you very much.